Right, this is our sample preparedness kit that we take with us when we do tabling events in the community. It can be community fairs and other recruitment places, and this is just a sample of the types of things that you would want to have in your preparedness kit. A lot of things that people forget about are their personal copies of their personal documents. So you would want to have copies of your driver's license, your car insurance, your home insurance, if possible in a plastic bag to kind of keep it waterproof, even better if you could laminate it. Because if you are running out of your house in a hurry, you're not going to have all those things handy, and if you need to call insurance to make claims, you have it all right here. And oftentimes people have things stored in their phone and they won't be able to access that because they don't know what their number is or who to call. So this is something that a lot of people don't do enough of, but then they're like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. And also, more than anything, having an emergency plan. So this is something where you can have a map of your neighborhood to say, what if we can't go back to our house? What if the streets are flooded? What if there is a train wreck and there's a chemical spill? Like, where's our staging area outside the map? And then talk about this with the family. Also, the water bags come in all different shapes and sizes. It can be plastic water jugs, it can be 2 or 3 gallon water things. You can decide which is the best for you, but this is just a very compact, portable type of water container. Information is going to be critical. This is an emergency radio. It's also solar charged. It also is hand cranked as well. And so this is going to be where you're going to get your information on KLCC about where to go in times of shelters and emergency information that you will find important. Also, utensils, very collapsible kind of camper's knife, because most likely you'll be having to crack open some canned goods and eat. That's shelf stable. Again, another type of water container. And then if you have a house that has gas and water hookup that might have cracked, this is a all-in-one, 4-in-1 emergency tool that you can do to open up doors, to turn off the gas, to turn off the water, and to also dig through debris, because that might be the case of an earthquake. I've heard that, prying doors open, because the house would have shifted and doors might not open. This would be an important thing to have in the house as well. Flashlights, these are battery operated ones. There's also solar powered ones as well. First aid kit. When I talk to emergency managers and fire chiefs about what a very common injury is going to be, they say broken glass, because glasses are going to break. It might be in the middle of the night. You'll have to walk around your house. They often say keep some rain boots next to your bedside so that you can just slip your feet into it and walk around the house and not have any injuries. Toiletry items. This is just a basic washcloth. You have soap and razors. Everybody feels better when they have a nice clean face. I think you can just about handle anything. So if you can wash your face and wash your hair and just be all refreshed, it makes you feel 100% better. And we do live in Oregon. Not all disasters can happen on a pretty summer day. It could happen in February. So having portable emergency ponchos to keep you wet, because if you're wet and you're cold, you run risks of hypothermia, and that's not something that you would want to have happen. And then, of course, trash bags and debris. You might not be able to run inside your house for any number of reasons to get things like this, so you always want to have those. And of course, you can also cut this up and lay it down to sit on it to keep things from getting wet. This is some like yarn, string things to tie up tarps or tie things down, whatever that you would need to have. And I grew up in the days of watching MacGyver, where everything is done with a pocket knife and duct tape. So I believe in duct tape. This can help in any number of reasons. I'd rather have it than not have it. And that's like one of the things. Work gloves. We don't want to get injured hands when we're moving things around, so always have some extra work gloves. And this is also an example of a type of food to have in there. These are emergency rations. Again, they're not probably the tastiest thing, but they give you all the nutrients and calories and energy that you'll need to have. And the other good thing is it's waterproof, and it's also very shelf stable for several years. Emergency blankets. Again, it could happen when it's cold outside. These are really good things to even have in your car. And the other important item is to remember to have an emergency kit in your car, in your home, and at your work, because it could happen not just a Cascadia event. It could be a wildfire event, it could be a sudden flood event, it could be any number of reasons that you might need to shelter in place for an extended period of time, and you want to have those items there. Again, kind of heat packs. These are portable heat packs right there. You could be, I always have the instance of this past winter storm driving through Oak Ridge, and they had to shut the highway down for about 12 hours. You could be coming from a ski trip and get stuck there for 12 hours, and you can't go really either direction. And in case you happen to be running on a quarter tank of gas as is, and then you just turn your car off to conserve energy, you get kind of cold. These could be items that you would wish that you had. And then also medications. So always try to get an additional supply. Sometimes medications are regulated, but talk to your doctor in advance and say, I'd really like to have an additional month's supply, however that might work, and just save what you can to help you in an extended period of time, 2 to 4 weeks long. Now over on this side, I actually brought in some of my personal items. So this is just a sample of what Red Cross puts inside of a backpack. I kind of took that to my personal preferences. We have lots of leftover hats around our house, and so making sure you have cold weather gear. So there's one of the hats in every family. I have, again, my own type of emergency radio, and this is a kind that you can plug in for different devices. So this is the one I chose to have. I also chose to get like a solar charger clip as well, because you could just be camping and run out of gas and you need to charge your phone, and so this is always a good thing there. Also a water purifier. We have a couple of these in our house, but again, it's one of the hand pump purifiers, because in case you live out on the farm and you have a well, if you don't have power, then you can't pump water out of the well, and you might need to get it from a stream close by. So you would want to be able to purify things. We have lots of extra water bottles all around the house, and we just kind of throw them inside our container. These are the freeze-dried meals from Mountain House. These are good. They see the expiration date is good until 2028. So this is a good item that you just add water to it, again, purified water, that will give you a nice hot meal in case it is cold outside. And this is one of my favorite things. We have one that we use for camping all the time. It's a really good LED lamp, but it has charging units to it as well. So from the top, you can charge a lot of additional things on top of it. Again, rain jackets. These are super cheap to have. Sometimes we go camping and we forgot a rain jacket, so we buy one, and then we're not really going to use it every day, but we stick it in a plastic bag and put it inside our emergency kit. And then this is something that I think will work better for our family. It's a 6-gallon water jug, and it's also like really sturdy plastic like this. It doesn't puncture. I've had other types of 3-gallon water jugs that get splintered, or it splits and it cracks, and then it's all gone. And this is one where it encloses safely. You can carry it like this, and we pretty much go, this is like a sample. When we go camping, just my family, my husband and daughter, we'll go through nearly 6 gallons of water in about 2 days. And that's with washing, giving water to our dogs, cooking, washing the dishes. So we go through nearly all of this on just a 2-day camping trip. And then this is a backpack that I bought. It has, of course I haven't opened it up because I prefer not to. First aid kit. This is what I leave in my car. And so This is emergency water that is already bagged with the 5-year shelf life. It's highly sterilized. And then this is, again, a lot of just food. Not the yummiest kind of food you'd ever want to eat, but you know, at least it fills your belly. And matches, again. So this is just some basic things. I think I even had some other items in here. I even included like an old-fashioned in case I ran out of sticks, the old-fashioned way of starting, like you wick a fire starter, and then more space blankets in here. And of course, it's a nice bright orange color in case you had to walk, and it has reflective things on it. So this is just what I chose to buy for both of our cars, because you never know when we would need to have that.